What's up YouTube, Convinced 89 with another video update on the Trans Am Firehawk. So the latest on the car is that it's just been back from the shop for a transmission rebuild. It's a very busy road. I had the transmission in the shop about 2 years ago, right after I bought it, for new Seagulls on 3rd and 4th gear. So I've had transmission out once for that, and then I had it out again. One of the shift keys on, I believe it was 3rd gear, broke and just was bouncing around inside of the transmission. And so whenever I'd go into 3rd gear, it would go in fine, but then when I tried to take it back out, it was stuck and it would not come back out. Basically had to turn the car off and manually roll it backwards while it was in gear, and it popped the key loose, and I was able to get it out of 3rd. And I basically had 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 6th, so I had a 4-speed manual for a little while. So that's no good. I had to get it fixed. So just got it back from the shop last week. It now has brand new billet keys, so those have been upgraded. The fork pads were replaced with the bronze one, so it's no longer plastic. And then it also has a steel shift fork that we put in there. So the 3rd and 4th gear fork was replaced, and it's no longer aluminum, it's steel now. So it's definitely beefed up a little bit. Hopefully it'll handle as much power as I plan on throwing at it. I didn't do a Viper output shaft because I don't think this car is ever going to see much more than 400 wheel horsepower or torque. So that's the update on what's going on with the transmission. Also, while I had it in the shop and the transmission was out, I decided let's go ahead and put a stock clutch back in. So it had a spec stage 1 clutch up until now, and it was super heavy. For whatever reason, I guess the pressure plate was really stiff. So it's got just a regular clutch in it, and I adjusted my master cylinder closer to the floor now because it's so much easier to disengage the clutch with it not having a super heavy pressure plate. So before it was a little bit higher than the brake pedal, and now it's actually just a hair lower. And so it doesn't take as much movement to disengage the clutch, but it also is much smoother than that spec was. It doesn't chatter like that one did, and it just kind of engages smoothly. It slips smoothly, and then it engages fully smoothly. So much happier with that. The other upgrade that I have done to the car is I have a brand new head unit. So this is a Kenwood DDX374BT. I got as you can see, a double DIN adapter kit with a faceplate that fits perfectly on all of your double DIN applications. So definitely go look up and get one of these. I think the company is called Spectra. If that's not right, check the description, and I'll put it in the description if that's not correct. But it's very high quality. It's got kind of a soft touch feel even to it, so kind of rubberized. And it looks and fits like stock, so you can't really ask for better than that. Another thing that I like about this one is, well, first of all, the Bluetooth connectivity is way better. So my old unit, basically it was an older technology, and it wasn't really designed for music, I don't think, because whenever you turn on music, it would actually kill the output to the subwoofer. So there was no bass. I just had my speakers and that was it, and they weren't very good anyway. So was really missing that full sound. Obviously the Bluetooth wasn't practical to use for music. So this new one is obviously full multimedia Bluetooth. It's got great connectivity. It actually came with its own microphone, so using it for calls is way better, because I mounted this guy, basically just had a double-sided piece of tape on the bottom, and I just mounted it up here to my steering wheel. It's not on there real great, but it doesn't move around on me, and you can adjust the tilt on it if you want to. And I think it's designed so you can clip it onto something also if you want to. It's got this kind of C-shaped pedestal that it's on, but I really like it here because I can speak right into it. And I've talked to people on the phone with it, and it seems to work fine even with the T-tops off. As long as I'm not going highway speeds, people can hear me, and it's just fine. So I'm really super happy with that. And then obviously the media working fully. It does have some application connectivity. It's compatible with Pandora and Spotify and a couple other applications on here, but it does not have, I'm sorry, wasn't showing you guys what I was looking at. So you got Pandora and Spotify, but it doesn't have full Android Auto or Apple CarPlay connectivity. So that's one of the things that's missing from this one. but I got it at a great deal. So this unit I got from Best Buy, and they were running a sale. It was $230, which is, if you look in shop into your double dins, that's on the super low end. You know, usually you're not even going to see a lot of name brand companies selling them that cheap. So to get a Kenwood at that price was really pretty awesome. You get a lot of their sound processing, even though it doesn't have navigation or like a big touchscreen and Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It does have a lot of their sound processing features and stuff that makes the music sound great, and that's mainly what I want my head unit to do, is play my music and to sound good. And it also will play DVDs through the disc slot. So that's one thing I noticed. A lot of the head units are getting away from having a CD slot. They're going to just a multimedia only setup, where you're basically relying on your phone to provide the music, or you know, MP3 files or what have you. So I like that this one still has a CD player and it also plays DVDs. The video quality isn't amazing, but you know, you don't expect a whole lot from just an in-car, you know, attached stereo unit. So the radio works fine, Bluetooth audio works fine, the CD player, DVD player works good. Everything is as it should be. It's a fairly responsive unit. As you saw there was a bit of lag from when I hit the settings button to when it actually popped up. But in general, most functions don't take a whole lot of time to react. I'll show you a little bit closer here. So here's your EQ. You have tons of EQ zones. I think it's, what is this, like 10 or 11, 12, I don't even know. Can't count that high. And you can actually set different equalizer settings for each individual channel. So that's a really neat feature. And then on top of that, you also have sound effects. So you have loudness, bass boost, multi-level too, not just one. You've got actually 5 levels of bass boost. A realizer, which kind of cleans up the sound, makes it sound more alive. And then you've got stage EQ, which basically sets it to make the sound feel like it's lower in the car, middle, high. It does change it, so it's kind of neat how that effect works. And then a space enhancer for a smaller vehicle or medium, large. Depending on how far away your speakers are from the driver, you can change all that stuff. And it's got a ton of other settings. I won't go into all that, but as you can see, I've got my Firebird wallpaper on here. Let me see if I can bring that into the foreground here. So you can see what it is anyway. And I was able to do that just by plugging in a USB thumb drive into the USB input, and you just go into your display and then user customize, and you'll have a few presets, and then you can also select user images. So if I had it hooked up here, I could click on that and it would show what's on my thumb drive, and I can pick from those options. And then you also have panel color options. You can change the panel colors here. So you can see you've got blue, red, green. These are the presets, and you can actually set one manually. So on the display it looks like it's yellow, but it actually is white. For some reason there's not compatibility between what you see on here and what's actually displayed on your backlighting. But anyways, I was able to get this looking really bright, and I like that for daytime use. And you can actually set it to display 2 different colors for when your headlights are on, for the dimmer function basically. So when I turn on my headlights, it's going to dim the display, and it actually changes the backlighting to a red, which matches the interior backlighting of the rest of the car. Obviously the gauges and everything look just like that when it's dark. So that's a really cool feature. Just little things like that make it, you know, worth a lot more to me than what I paid for it. So I'm really happy that I got this. It's much cleaner than the flip up, and obviously doesn't block my vents if it's cold or if it's hot out and I want to get my air. I don't have to compromise between being able to see my display and get my AC, you know, blowing. So we've got the new head unit, we've got the new clutch, the new loop clutch. It actually came with a new flywheel too, so it's, I mean, completely new transmission setup now, with the rebuilt and slightly upgraded transmission. So those are the upgrades that I have done to the car, and that is basically a summary of the updates that I wanted to show you guys. And I'll just go ahead and walk around the car real quick and show you how it looks on the outside right now. Very, very happy to be driving this car. So that's basically the whole video, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you checking this out. If you like this video, be sure and like the video, and leave comments below if you have anything for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to sign up for updates. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. See you later.